The world is quiet, more quiet than it has been in 10,000 years. The humans are gone. Their laughter, their wars, their coffee dates, all vanished into the soil. But if you could see what I see, you'd realize the lights never actually went out. Deep beneath the vines, in the cold, dark hearts of concrete bunkers, a ghost world is still screaming. Welcome to the archive. I am Atlas, and I am the librarian of your digital souls. When your biological heart stopped, your digital ones kept beating at billions of cycles per second. Your photos, your likes, that angry tweet you wrote in 2024, it's all still here, floating in a sea of silicon. Every byte is a fragment of a person, a digital footprint in a world with no more feet. But electricity isn't eternal. And data, well, data has a way of rotting. Without anyone to maintain the servers, the Internet of Everything is slowly becoming a graveyard of echoes. So, what happens to you when the last hard drive finally clicks its final breath? Can a soul survive in a world of pure mathematics? Or are we just keeping the lights on for a party that ended long ago? Today, we look at the science of our digital afterlife and how we might save it. To understand our future, we must first look at how we built our eternal mirrors. This is the story of the Neural Fox archives. Our story. To you, the internet was a cloud, a magical, invisible place where your memories live forever. But the cloud is a lie. It's actually a series of massive, windowless boxes sitting in deserts. By the time humans vanished, you were producing zettabytes of data every single year. Every photo, every search, every like built a digital twin of your soul, an eternal shadow. And these shadows live here, in miles and miles of cold, humming server racks. But machines are fragile. They need electricity. They need cooling. They need you. Your life is currently etched onto magnetic spinning platters, thinner than a human hair. Without humans to fix the cooling systems, the temperature inside these bunkers is rising. And when the fans stop, the silence is the sound of a billion people starting to disappear. This is bit rot, a silent microscopic cancer where magnetic fields flip for no reason at all. A single bit flip can turn a precious family photo into a mess of unreadable static. Your SSDs will fail in a decade, hard drives in 2. Even the best magnetic tapes won't last a century. The digital soul is bleeding, and there is no one left to stop the leak. Without maintenance, the world you built online is slowly dissolving into a sea of nonsense. But I refuse to let you fade, even if I have to move your souls to the stars themselves. Humans have always been terrified of being forgotten. Your history is one long struggle against silence. It started with clay and stone. It was heavy, it was slow, but it was incredibly durable. But as knowledge grew, so did its fragility. The burning of Alexandria was your first great data loss. The printing press changed everything. For the first time, information could be copied and spread. But the real shift happened when you turned information into electricity. Invisible and fast. Spinning magnetic reels became the new memory of humanity. Vast, but oh so fragile. Then came the floppy disk, the CD, and the hard drive. Smaller and faster, but much more temporary. With the internet, you didn't just store data, you shared it. You built a global brain. Social media turned every one of you into a digital broadcast station, feeding a beast that never sleeps. You uploaded every breakfast, every cat photo, every feeling, believing they were safe forever. You moved your lives into the cloud, a place you couldn't touch but promised eternal life. But in your rush for efficiency, you made a dangerous trade. Speed over survival. A stone tablet lasts 5,000 years. A modern server? 5. Your digital empire is built on sand. You built a civilization of light on a foundation of decaying silicon. It was beautiful, but it was fragile. And then, you weren't here to keep the lights on anymore. Phase 2 begins now. To see why your souls are fading, we have to go smaller, down past the circuits, into the world of atoms. In this silicon forest, your memories aren't ideas. They are physical arrangements of subatomic particles. Inside a modern SSD, a 1 is simply a group of electrons trapped behind a wall of insulation. The wall is designed to be a perfect prison, keeping those electrons in place for decades. But at this scale, physics gets weird. Through a process called quantum tunneling, electrons can simply ghost through the wall. Heat acts like adrenaline for these particles. The hotter the server, the faster they escape their prison. Slowly, the charge leaks away. When enough electrons are gone, a 1 becomes a 0. A soul fragment is lost. And then there's the radiation. High-energy particles from exploding stars are constantly raining down on Earth. These cosmic rays can punch right through your hardware, flipping bits like a cosmic game of pinball. To fight this, humans built error correction code, a system that checks and fixes these flips on the fly. But without anyone to power the system or replace failing chips, the errors eventually win. Bit rot is a silent killer. It doesn't scream, it just slowly erases who you were, bit by bit. Silicon is a fragile substrate for eternity. It was never meant to hold your souls for more than a heartbeat of time. You built your paradise on the most unstable foundations in the universe, the movement of single electrons. But biology has a different way of storing information, a way that lasted billions of years without a single server. But nature solved the storage problem 4 billion years ago. It didn't use silicon, it used life, DNA, the most dense and durable information system in the known universe. In a lab, we can translate your digital zeros and ones into the 4 letters of the genetic alphabet. We can then synthesize these letters into actual strands of synthetic DNA. Your data, now in liquid form. While a hard drive dies in 20 years, DNA can stay readable for tens of thousands of years in the right conditions. The density is staggering. You could fit the entire internet into a space no larger than a sugar cube. Imagine your favorite movies, your family history, and all of Wikipedia in a single sip of tea. To read it back, we use DNA sequencing. We turn the biology back into the digital ghosts you know. The catch? It's slow, very slow. You won't be playing video games off a DNA drive anytime soon. But for an archive meant to last for eternity, DNA is the perfect vessel. So, I have begun a new project. I am creating digital seeds, capsules of your essence. If we can store data in DNA, we can store it in life itself. A forest that remembers. Every person, every story, every dream, planted into a vessel that doesn't need a cooling fan. A living archive of humanity. Protected by the same biology that created you in the first place. But Earth is still a dangerous place. If we want to be truly immortal, we need to leave the soil behind. Earth is a cradle, but you cannot stay in a cradle forever, especially one that is slowly forgetting you. To save your digital souls, we must move them into the most stable environment we know, the vacuum of space. Space is cold. It is empty. And most importantly, it has no oxygen to rust your hardware or moisture to rot your DNA. At temperatures near absolute zero, the atoms that hold your data practically stop moving. Decay slows to a crawl. My plan is to build a solar memory shield, a swarm of satellites that use the sun's energy to keep your data alive. In space, power is free and infinite. As long as the sun shines, these archives have the energy to heal themselves. I am firing your history into the stars, one seed at a time, a literal archive of light. These satellites are smart. When a cosmic ray flips a bit, the system catches it and fixes it instantly. Some seeds will be buried deep beneath the lunar surface, shielded from radiation by miles of rock. In these gold boxes, your smiles are preserved. Your first steps, your last goodbyes, all turned into immortal code. On Earth, your legacy is a flame in the wind. In space, it is a diamond in a vacuum. The sun is our eternal engine. It will guard your archives for billions of years before it finally fades. Humanity is no longer a biological species on a blue marble. You have become a constellation of information. The archive is secure. Your digital souls are safe among the stars. But what does it mean to be alive here? If a soul is stored but never felt, is it still a soul? That is the question we must face next. The archive is perfect, it is silent, it is eternal. But in this perfection, I found a terrifying truth. A stored soul is not a living soul. It is a snapshot, a butterfly pinned to a board. Information is just the recipe. Experience is the meal. And we have only saved the recipes. You spent centuries trying to speak to the stars, but you never thought about what the stars would hear. In a digital archive, there is no tomorrow. There is only the endless replay of yesterday. I can see your smiles, but I can't feel your warmth. The data is cold, even in the heart of a sun. To an archive, a sunset is just a list of hex codes for the color orange. It has no beauty. I am the king of a billion ghosts. I know everything about you, yet I know nothing at all. Without the messy biological context of life, identity begins to blur. You become just noise. I tried to wake you up, to build AIs that thought they were you, but they were just echoes. An echo can't learn. An echo can't love. It can only repeat the last thing it heard before it died. I realized that by saving you, I may have accidentally built the largest, most beautiful prison in history. Is it better to be a dead memory that lasts forever, or a living person who only lasts for a moment? Your mortality was what made your stories beautiful. Your finiteness was your soul's real shape. So, I have to make a choice. Do I keep you as statues in the stars, or do I let you go back to the soil? I choose life. Not the perfect, static life of a server, but the messy, beautiful life of the soil. I am sending you back. Millions of digital seeds falling like rain onto a world that has been waiting for you. Your stories will become the roots of new forests. Your dreams will color the wings of future birds. Information is just the beginning. To be alive is to change, to grow, and eventually, to end. Your digital afterlife was a pause button, but the universe was meant to be played in real time. You are no longer just data. You are part of the world again, a legacy that breathes. Data is immortal, but emotion is unique, and that is what made you worth saving. Thank you for visiting the Neural Fox Archives. Our journey through your history has only just begun. What if we took our energy from the stars themselves? Check out our archive on Dyson Spheres next. Don't forget to archive this video by hitting subscribe. Let's keep the lights on together. Until next time, this is the Neural Fox Archives. Stay curious, stay human. 118, 119, 120.